Hello, I'm Patrick Thomas, and welcome to Ladder Talks. This is Leader News Wednesday. This is segment number 2 of probably 3, September 18th, 2019. Colleague seeks Smith's ouster. They're going to ask for her to resign tomorrow night, City Council meeting, 6 p.m. Be there. Now, if the resolution does not pass, then I guess it doesn't pass and nobody will ask for a resignation. We'll see. I can't imagine a city council member not voting on the issue. What message does that send if one of the other 7 does not vote on this issue? What message would it send if one of the 3 involved, Smith, Twitty, and Sipes, what if they vote for or against? What message does that send? Y'all think about the implications. If these 3 don't recuse themselves from voting, what message does it send? Think about it. So, to the story. In the story, and I've read the story, and there's some things in the story. Get your Leader News copy, folks. Read it all for yourself. But I'm going to point you to some of the items in the story that I find to be rather interesting. I have no idea why City Council member Tara Smith wants to look at Police Sergeant John Alberson's personnel file. What in the world is she up to? I have no idea what she's up to. But apparently she seems to think there's something there. And even if there is something there, what is she wanting to do? What is she up to now? I think she's just wondering what it is that I've got. Yep. It's no secret. I've sent to the Leader News, a 3-page document detailing a day during the runoff election in 2018 between me and now Mayor Bob Johnson. It's no secret who all was involved. It's also no secret that charges of violating city police department policy were brought upon Sergeant Alberson. What in the world does she want all his personnel records for after the fact? I have no idea. Get you a copy of the Leader News. It's a little short blurb in there. It's in there. I have no idea what she's up to. I guess I really don't care. She's gonna sleep in the bed she makes. So anyhow, says in this article, City Council member Terry Sansing sponsored the resolution. It's no secret at this point. They're asking for City Council member Terry Smith, Mary Twitty, and Gary Sipes to be reprimanded, and City Clerk to be reprimanded for allegedly having an illegal meeting. Now, I'm going to inject a little bit of an opinion here, okay? I'm going to opine just briefly. Unless there's some evidence pointing to the city clerk being a party to this, my thoughts are she was sitting in there early for the meeting, waiting for the scheduled meeting to take place. If she didn't write anything down, if she didn't have her recorder going, then in her defense, there was not a meeting. She was not a party to the meeting where city council members were discussing something that they might vote on. The fact that 3 city council members had a conversation about something that they were going to vote on, that's what makes it wrong. Okay? For city clerk Susan Davitt to be there and not performing her duties, and she didn't record anything. Okay? She's innocent, folks, in my opinion. Now, the resolution can proceed with a letter of reprimand, but I'm here to tell you right now, just because she knew about the meeting doesn't mean it was a meeting, whether she did or didn't know about the meeting. I don't want to repeat myself here, but if she didn't record anything, then in her job skill set, there was no meeting for her and her duties and her involvement. The other 3, if they even talked about it, there was a meeting. But Susan Davitt, just because she was there, guilty by association, some might want to say, no, this is not guilty by association. Susan Davitt, I believe, is innocent in this situation. Now, unless there's something that I'm missing, I just don't see how Susan Davitt, if she didn't record anything, didn't perform her duties, she was just sitting there like a visitor, someone observing or paying attention to the meeting. I don't know what you would want to call it. No different than any other citizen. She was there waiting on the other meeting. I know I'm getting off subject of the meeting, but I've looked at this thing, and even if she knew that there was some sort of illegal meeting, she's not, I don't believe she's bound by the ethics involved with the city council members. They're the voting members, folks. Susan Davitt is just the pretty lady who writes stuff down. Okay? And if she didn't write anything down, I just don't know what to tell you. I don't know how any other way I could put that. Y'all, for those of you who want to go after Susan Davitt, y'all go help yourself. I don't know what I'm overlooking there. I just don't see Susan Davitt being a party to a meeting that she did not record, even if she knew that those 3 were having a down low meeting. They can have all the down low meetings they want to. It's not an official meeting unless she's recording and doing her job. And had somebody told her, we're having a meeting and you need to notify the press, I don't think anybody notified the press, and that's the big problem. So I don't know that anybody asked her to notify the press. So therefore, in her mind, she's just there. She was just there, and they were talking about deer in the streets or whatever. So Terry Sansing calling for Smith to resign and wanting to give reprimands to all 3 and the city clerk. I'm just saying, I don't see the city clerk being there being a problem for the city clerk. Again, I'm going to say it one more time. She's not a voting member. And that little piece of the FOIL law statutes applies to voting members. So, I'm going to scroll over to page 11 in my electronic version. I've already talked about the North Metro closure. to read this section in here about her FOIA request. She gave no reason for the collection of this information, but none is required. You don't have to give a reason when you do a FOIA request. It's none of their business. She also made a FOIA request for any information, data, minutes, transcripts that were requested by reporter Rick Crone regarding John Alberson's disciplinary hearing. There's a 155-page transcript on that hearing. And I've got a copy of it. And any parts of his personnel file available under the Freedom of Information Act. There's not a whole lot that's I don't know what she's looking for. The article goes on to talk about Smith nearly 2 years ago filed a suit against then Mayor Gary Fletcher and the city for its hiring of Jeffrey Herwig as police chief, forcing his resignation in 2017. What's the deal here? She says she supports the police department, but yet she goes to move out the police chief then, and now she's going after John Alberson? I don't get it. She knows I've written something about John Alberson, and she don't know what it is that I've written. That story is yet to come out because of all this stuff that's in the Leader News. And once the Leader News puts out the John Alberson story, then I'm going to have something to say. So that's all I'm going to say about the colleague seeks Smith's ouster resignation story. I'm going to wrap it up. I'm Patrick Thomas. Yep. Y'all keep reporting it, and I'll keep talking about it. And I hope the Leader News is selling some papers. Folks, it's time the citizens of Jacksonville wake up to what's going on. We've got people running around thinking they can have secret meetings and they can be a party to childish pranks in campaigns, causing harm to officers who incidentally got involved. The attention is being brought upon people, and now they're not liking it. So, I'm Patrick Thomas. This is Ladder Talks. We're just a little bit taller than a soapbox. We're not going away. Not going away. Got the modem in for the fiber optic cable. We're just days away from really turning this thing on. You'll find this video in the Ladder Talks page. You're going to find it in Arkansas Live, and you'll find it uploaded to YouTube. And don't forget, it will also be in Jacksonville AR News. Y'all have a good day. We'll see you later.